jealousy, envy, and the desire to outpace others has become the dominant pastime for many. Or rather, perhaps it always has been. For as long as we have had recorded history, resources have been scarce, and those who were the fastest, strongest, and the most able to finish first were also those best positioned to survive and to contribute to the survival and success of their colonies and themselves. Yet today, in a world of comparative abundance, there are virtues which our cave-dwelling ancestors would not have been able to fathom, that all the same are critical to our success in the new world. While it is true that success now, as ever, requires effort and commitment and the pride of doing things well, it is thankfully no longer true that the key to our success must come at the expense of someone else's. Unlike Ben-Hur's chariot race, in which there could only ever be one victor and one trophy, trying to come out first by proving others are inferior or in some way lesser is like trying to win a charity marathon by taking first place. For many of the things in our lives, participation is its own reward, and winning is of only secondary importance, if it is important at all. As I have made my way through life, I have become less certain of many things. I have been often humbled to realize that long-held values, convictions, and things which I thought to be true, while still beautiful and valid in their rightful places, must be surrendered upon the altar of truth in favor of new discoveries which shed light on old ideas. And so, to echo the words of Judge Learned Hand, I have come to understand that the spirit of liberty is that spirit which is not too certain that it is right. And yet, two things I do not just believe. I also am willing to say that I know them to be true without doubt. One of those things is that life is good. The other of those things is that I will die. Those two truths have changed my attitude toward life, and more importantly, toward others. Because when you believe truly in your heart that life is good, you stop being tempted to dwell on evil, in the same way that on a bright summer day at high noon, no one gives thought to moonlight. And when you fully understand that your life is temporary, everything you do becomes naturally motivated by an interest in sharing your experience and investing in those who will go on when your time is at an end. You will never find a man who just won an enormous lottery, Googling where he might find the cheapest prices for ramen noodles. You won't ever find a terminally ill man who is to die tomorrow, marginalizing the successes of others and betting against them or hoping to have more money than his neighbor. When we love our lives, we stop focusing on demons and chasing ghosts, and we celebrate that which is worthy of our love. And when we love others, we love to see their success, because we view it as an extension of our own. Now, you might be thinking, if we do not address evil, it will grow, and we will not be prepared to face it. But to love life and celebrate good does not mean that we are less prepared to face evil when we must. To the contrary, when evil cannot be avoided and must be faced, when we harbor only respect within us for things worthy of it, we are, in every circumstance, more prepared to have perspective on why our sacrifices are worth making. It is the man who loves something who makes a better warrior than the one who merely hates his enemy. For while the latter might win a fight, it is the former which is necessary to save a nation. And this leads me to the concept that a light from a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. And so it is that when others have amazing experiences in their lives, we gain the opportunity to see a share of their perspective, to live vicariously through them. Indeed, on any given Sunday, I might not be able to visit the Great Pyramids, or to stand looking out over the sea at the pillars of Gibraltar. And yet, I can still be enriched by stories of adventure and pictures of their grandeur, and the knowledge shared by those who have had the honor of being there. In this way, if we can learn to understand in our youth or in our prime the self-evident truths which we all will understand in the final hours of our lives, we may benefit from the peace and knowledge which they bestow. In this way, we may be able ourselves yet to make hay while the sun shines. It is a bittersweet thing to acknowledge truth only when you have run out of time. Wherever you find yourself, whatever your labors and aspirations, in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. Remember that with all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world, which is, no doubt, unfolding as it should. So be cheerful and strive to be happy. Thank you for watching.